What's up gamers? In this video we are going to cover the recent open beta release of Torchlight Infinite. After multiple closed beta tests earlier this year, we can finally lay our hands on what is arguably the early access version of the game. Is it a worthy addition to the Torchlight series and should you spend your precious time on it? Let's try to find out in this video review. Torchlight Infinite is the latest installment of a much-loved genre of dungeon-crawling, loot-hoarding action RPGs. Set hundreds of years after the original Torchlight series, Infinite doesn't require advanced knowledge of those past titles. Players select one of the 5 named heroes, each with their own unique class and playstyle, where they then journey into a world corrupted by dark forces and monsters throughout the lands. At least, that's what the trailer says. Torchlight Infinite's open beta is available on mobile, Android and iOS, and PC platforms. One big question that we can answer is that all character and account progress will carry forward until the full release of the game, meaning that you don't need to worry about losing your hard-earned loot and XP this time around. I repeat, you will keep everything. A PC mobile cross-platform functionality is always a welcome addition as well. I personally have quite a daily commute and it's so much easier to claim those daily rewards on mobile when I'm sitting in the subway. Oh, and by the way, did you check our previous video about the most anticipated PC ports on mobile? Seems like this is a trend that will keep on going with lots of amazing games coming out soon. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel and ring that bell button so you won't miss all these new cross-platform games when they come out. Now back to the game review. After playing Torchlight Infinite for roughly 8 to 10 hours as the Berserker class, I should say that you can easily spend dozens of hours in it, especially if you decide to go for another playthrough with a different character class. Pretty neat for just an early access game. The current cap is set to 30 with 3 story chapters available. According to the developers, the full release version will feature 5 story chapters in total and a level cap of 99, so there's definitely something to look forward to. First, let's talk about the stuff that Torchlight Infinite got right. The feel. Torchlight Infinite runs smooth as butter both on PC and mobile, and it provides exactly what I'm looking for in any good action RPG, the utter satisfaction of being able to rain a flurry of impressively destructive blows on giant packs of enemies with just a few taps of my keyboard or a touchscreen. The loot. Enemies in Torchlight Infinite drop goodies at an astounding rate right from the get-go. While a lot of that gear inevitably turns out to be vendor trash, I feel like I had a constant sense of slowly increasing my power and regularly finding replacements for each armor slot. Just looking at all this sweet and never-ending loot feels so good. The progression. From talent trees to skill nodes to pack spirits, Torchlight Infinite provides an awful lot of routes for powering up your hero. More impressively, even when the number juggling gets a little out of hand, each of these avenues for progression came across as meaningful and relevant, and I've enjoyed playing around with different build ideas, especially as compared to the extremely toned down and minimized character development choices of Diablo Immortal. Sorry Blizzard, but you still haven't figured out that part yet. Season-exclusive gameplay mechanics. Though Torchlight Infinite is only in open beta, it's already in the midst of the first season of what will hopefully be many to come. This comes with the requisite battle pass, but it also includes something unique and quite engaging, special gameplay systems that are seemingly only meant to be around for this season. For Season 1, those mechanics are focused on absorbing evil energy from monsters around the map, then purging that enemy to spawn dozens of powerful enemies at once. Tackling those challenges build up resources for corrosion crafting, a new way to power up gear that is exclusive to this season. Now, it wouldn't be an honest and objective review if we didn't mention some of the negative sides of the game, so let's talk about what Torchlight Infinite didn't get right from the start. The story. To be fair, the Torchlight games have never had particularly engaging narratives, and story isn't the main draw of an action RPG anyway. Even so, I was barely able to follow what was going on here, and while I met a few characters I kind of liked, I struggled to stay interested during cutscenes. The bugs. While Torchlight Infinite is relatively stable in its open beta form, I still did run into a few bizarre problems during my playtime. I experienced one crash, several instances of enemy models freaking out and stretching across the screen in strange ways, and most annoying, multiple occasions where I found myself under attack by completely invisible enemies. Hopefully those annoying bugs will get a fix in the future. Possibly the microtransactions. Torchlight Infinite made headlines this summer for boldly proclaiming that it would not suffer the same pay-to-win nonsense and hidden progress walls of Diablo Immortal.
Yes, freemium gaming.
Unfortunately, the game has gone back to some of those promises. For example, there is now a seasonal battle pass, and players have quickly discovered that despite promises, the game features a way to exchange money for player power via the gacha-style Pact Spirit system. Since Torchlight Infinite has no player versus player, this issue doesn't feel as damning as it did with Diablo Immortal, but it could cause problems as players progress into endgame content. Just hoping that it would not fall into the same pitfalls of corporate greed like Blizzard did.
Hello, I like money.
Now for our final verdict, you definitely should give it a try. It's too early to speak to the long-term potential of Torchlight Infinite as a game that players return to over and over again for years, but even if that doesn't pan out, it's crammed with dozens of hours of fast-paced polished action RPG fun for no cost at all. It's for sure worth the download. Have you played any of the previous Torchlight games before? Well, even if you didn't, let us know in the comments what you think about the game. It's still in open beta, so let's shout out to the devs and create the next perfect infinite looter together.